So today what we're going to be talking about is Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones. This is a pretty easy song to play, and it's based on a couple very simple figures. Now keep in mind that this is the way that I play this song. I'm not trying to be a Rolling Stones tribute band. I'm getting the gist of the tune, and there is some debate whether this song is was recorded in an open tuning or with a standard tuning. I'm playing it in standard tuning because that's just what we do in my local bar bands, right? We don't have multiple guitars. We don't switch out guitars for guitars in open tunings. We simply pretty much play everything in standard tuning, and that just allows us to have minimal setup and not worry about having 4 or 5 guitars to play different songs. And it sounds great regardless, so I don't get too hung up on the open tuning thing. If you want to go there, you certainly can. There's plenty of tutorial videos for that stuff. And there's plenty of guys that will hold that to the to their deathbed, that this song has to be played in an open tuning. I think it was open G, it might have been open D. Doesn't matter, because it can sound good either way. So this is the way that I approach the song. And this song, like a lot of Rolling Stone stuff, really revolves around this A chord figure, this A chord shape. Now he moves this up and down the neck. And what he's doing is he's basically taking this A shape, and instead of playing it as a bar chord, he's leaving out the bass note. And when you leave out the bass note, that allows you to play that same shape up and down the neck as just a standard A chord. Now, I've got fat fingers, so the way I play an A chord is with one finger. Most rock and roll players do the same thing, but some people are fortunate enough to have smaller fingers and they can get all 3 of their fingers in to play that chord. I'm not one of those players. I just play it with this one finger, and a lot of the Stone stuff uses this embellishment, which is technically an A sus4 embellishment, where instead of playing this C sharp within the chord, I'm playing this D. Now, for this tune specifically, this sus4 embellishments gets used on pretty much all of the chords. And the song starts with the chorus section as the intro. Now, the chorus section uses a C sharp major, a B major, and an A major chord. And when you're playing the chorus within the song, you're using actual full bar chords for that. But here in the intro, what he's doing is he's playing this A-shaped chord, with a little bit different chord there at the very end, where he goes to this. This is technically an E power chord, where I'm playing the 2nd fret on the D string and the 4th fret on the G string. And then I'm alternating that note on the G string with the note A on the G string. So this whole intro figure, and keep in mind we don't have the tremolo effect or the echoplex effect, whatever it happened to be on that song, but it sounds pretty good regardless. And what we're doing is we're going slower, again, slower. Now when I put that all together, just repeats 3 times at the beginning. After they repeat that 3 times, he changes it just a little bit, and he does his. What you're essentially doing is this is the A chord shape with a sus4, and then you're going all the way to the 5 of that chord. Now that time I isolated that little melody on the B string so you could hear it, but he plays it within the chord. And the first chord is a C sharp, then he goes to B, and then A, and then he does the same thing at the end. And then he repeats that again 3 times. And that's basically the intro. So, and again, how I play the intro. Are there going to be absolute Keith Richards devotees that want to string me up on and hang me out? Yes, absolutely. But I don't care. We play the song. The tip jar gets full. People ask us to play it again. Fans are typically really happy when they hear this song. So I'm just how I've always played it. Now, when we get into the verse is actually really, really simple. And there's a couple of places that you can play this C sharp major chord. The one that works best for me is when I play it up here at the 9th, 10th, and 11th frets. It's just got some real heft and meat to that chord, and I just like how it sounds there, and it makes the transition into the chorus really easy. So what I like to do is basically it's one measure of C sharp major, and then he alternates with this C sharp power chord with a 6th embellishment, and this is just like a boogie woogie Chuck Berry thing. So I do one measure, and then it breaks into the chorus. So again, rhythmically, you can kind of alter it however you want to, and it's just kind of, this is like a rhythm and blues song. It really is. So I mean, this is really a hearkening to the Motown stuff that those guys were hearing, and it's basically just a cool funk little groove that he's doing during the verse. Now that C sharp major chord, I like playing the full major chord there because I'm getting notes, especially this major third, within that chord, and I think that really helps support the chord. If you listen to a band called Puddle of Mudd did a cover of this where they pretty much just play it as power chords, and it works and it sounds good in the setting that they did it, but in this setting when we're talking about some of this early classic rock and blues, I really like to have those voicings in there. I think it sounds great when you do that. Now when I move to this 6th chord embellishment, well, this is just a C sharp power chord, and then I'm reaching with my pinky finger all the way to the 13th fret on the A string. And for any of you guys that have previously played Chuck Berry songs, you're very familiar with that embellishment because that's all over that boogie woogie and early rock and roll stuff, the early rockabilly stuff. So here's another stab at what the verse figure is going to look and sound like. The verse. Alright, so now that takes us right into the chorus, which is an easy transition because we come out of this right back to the C sharp major to start the chorus. So now the chorus is 3 chords, just like we played in the intro. We're playing them in a different spot though. So I've got a C sharp major, a B major, and an A major. And the first part of the chorus is just descending through those chords. Now this is where the chorus gets really interesting, and I haven't found a better way to play this yet. Maybe you guys have some suggestions. This is just the way that I do this. And what he's doing is he's alternating between an E and a B. And I keep it just in one position. And I'm basically really just playing it as a power chord. The section in the song happens pretty quickly, and there's a lot of other things going on, especially if you have backup singers in your band. The singers are really taking over, and as the guitar player, you're really just supporting what they're doing. And so I haven't had an issue where it doesn't sound right when playing it live. It seems to work out pretty good. So going through the chorus slowly. Now, one of the things that I do after I do the ending part of the chorus, this part, I just go ahead and I buy myself some time with an open E string. Because we're going right back to the verse and I'm landing right back on that C sharp major bar chord. And then the second verse starts over again. Now the construction of this song is very, very simple, and if I remember this right, it's verse, chorus, guitar solo, verse, chorus, and then it uses the chorus as the outro. So really pretty straightforward. Let me know if you guys have any questions or suggestions. Like I said, some of the tribute guys will want to kill me for playing it this way, but it seems to be pretty effective when we play it. Everybody seems to be digging it, and hope you guys dig it too. So see you again real soon.